bookworms, welcome back to my channel, and welcome to another TBR video. This is a video I do at the beginning of every month where I essentially just pick out the 5 books that I want to read for the upcoming month. And in this video we're going to be picking out my May TBR, and I do have some new prompts to pull as well. I have some really exciting prompts in here, but I also have some challenging ones, and my TBR cart is pretty full right now and there's a lot of good books on here, so I'm definitely excited to see which prompts I end up pulling and which books I end up picking for my May TBR. So let's go ahead and do the first prompt. A second chance. I know that The Masterpiece by Francine Rivers is a second chance. It's also a Christian romance. It has been on my TBR before though, so I'm gonna see if I have any more options. If not, then I'll pick this one for a second chance, but I'm gonna take a quick glance and see if I have any other second chance romances that I could pick as an option. Every Summer After is a second chance. And we're going into May. May is technically summer in my opinion, especially with how hot it gets in Arizona, like starting in April. So I could definitely start my summer reading with this one. Okay, this is also a second chance romance, and I actually recently read Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. I listened to the audiobook and I wouldn't say I loved it, but I did enjoy it. So I definitely want to read this one. I've heard really good things about this one as well. So we have 3 good options for a second chance romance. This one would be a continuation of a series. I think this would actually finish this series. This one is very much giving summer vibes, which I would love to dip my toe into the summer reads. This one I've had on my TBR before and I just didn't pick it up when I was supposed to. I don't know what about it is just so intimidating. I think it's because I've heard such good things about Francine Rivers' writing, and I don't know if I'm ready to like jump into her world yet, because once I read one book and if I love the author, I'm gonna want to read all of her other books, which I do have several of her other books. So I think I'm gonna put this one on hold for now and choose between one of these. Every Summer After says 6 summers to fall in love, 1 moment to fall apart, a weekend to get it right. And then yours truly says a novel of terrible first impressions, hilarious second chances, and the joy in finding your perfect match. Honestly, I think I'm more in the mood for Every Summer After. I don't know which book in this series I didn't hear good things about, but I know that One Golden Summer I have heard amazing things about, but I definitely am not somebody who can just skip around in standalone series like that. So I think I'm gonna go with Every Summer After by Carly Fortune, and hopefully I enjoy it. I've just really been wanting to dip my toe into Carly Fortune's writing recently, and this is also a second chance, and the cover of these books are honestly stunning in my opinion. I have a feeling I'm really gonna enjoy this one, so I'm gonna go with Every Summer After by Carly Fortune for a second chance romance. And then let's go ahead and do the second prompt. The start of a series. Ooh, okay, let's see what we have. I have a lot of like first books in series, so that shouldn't be too hard to pick. I have Silver Elite by Dani Francis. I have Mistborn. I have Legendborn, Renegade, Steelheart. I have Game of Thrones, but that honestly feels like a huge commitment. I do not think I'm ready for that. I think Redeeming Love is actually a series as well by that same author, Francine Rivers. I've heard amazing things. Like literally I have never heard a negative review about this book, and I think it's also the start of a series. Let me look that up real quick. It might be a standalone. If it's a part of a series, I think I'm gonna go with this one. Oh, it's not. It's a standalone. Okay, so we can't pick that one. I think I'm gonna go with a fantasy, honestly. I've really been wanting to read Silver Elite. I think the next book also came out recently. I'm not too sure. If I can get it out, then I think I'm gonna go with Silver Elite. I literally cannot get the book out. Okay, I think literally because that took so much work to get the book out, I'm gonna go with Silver Elite by Dani Francis for the start of a series. I have heard mixed reviews about this, but I've really been wanting to jump into it recently. And I also thrifted this copy with sprayed edges, but I've really just been wanting to read this one recently and see if I enjoy it because I've heard mixed things about it. It says, in the first book of a sizzling dystopian romance series, psychic gifts are a death sentence and there are rules to survival. Trust no one, lie to everyone, and whatever you do, don't fall for your greatest enemy. that sounds right up my alley. So that sounds really fun. I cannot wait to read this one. This is what I'm gonna go with for starting a new series. Okay, and then let's go ahead and do the third prompt. What's upside down? Pick in 5 seconds. So I literally just have to pick a random book in 5 seconds. That is not much time to think about what I want to grab, but I'm gonna set a timer for 5 seconds and literally just grab whatever. I'm not even gonna like peek before. Whatever I feel drawn to in this 5 seconds is the book that I'm picking. I'm a little nervous for this one because I literally have no idea what I'm going to pick, because I already have one romance and I have one fantasy, so I don't know what I should pick, but I'm not gonna look beforehand. So I'm gonna go ahead and start the 5-second timer and then we will look. I literally grabbed that in the last second. I thought 5 seconds was gonna be way longer. I really started to panic at the end and I just grabbed whatever. So I ended up grabbing a novel love story by Ashley Poston. I read The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston and I absolutely loved it. I think she just has a very magical, whimsical way of writing rom-coms. So I'm very excited for this one. I think I've also heard mixed reviews about this one, but I think I'm going to love it. The back says, "Love is stranger than fiction." I really think I'm gonna enjoy this one. I just love Ashley Poston's writing and I feel like her books are so easy to fly through. And it's also such a pretty cover. So that is the book that I picked with my 5 seconds, even though I panicked at the end and just grabbed something very random. But moving on to prompt 4. A book I've been avoiding. I don't like that prompt. I do not like that prompt. I don't know who convinced me to write that. I feel like there's quite a few books that I've been avoiding, so let's take a look. Can you see why I'm avoiding this one? Okay, so these are the 3 main books that I would say I've been avoiding. 2 of them I feel like are for a very obvious reason, and then there's one on here that I don't know why I haven't picked it up. Like every time I go to pick it up, I just change my mind and then I put it back, and then I just have like this ill feeling towards it now because I've done that so many times. And that is The Roughest Draft by Emily Wibberley and Austin Sigmund Broca. I don't know why I have like such a negative connotation with this book. It says on the back that they were co-writing literary darlings until they hit a plot hole that turned their lives upside down. Like that really sounds right up my alley. The cover is cute. I feel like it's something that I would enjoy. I don't know why I've been avoiding it. I just, every time I look at it, I don't want to pick it up. And then I have The Brothers Karamazov by Fyodor Dostoevsky. I have started this book. I'm about 10% into it, but I started it well over a year ago. I do remember what I've read, but the writing is kind of dense and just not what I'm in the mood for, if I'm being honest. And because of that, I just haven't picked it back up. And then I have Desperation by Stephen King. This is a book I thrifted well over 4 years ago, if I'm being honest, and I really thrifted it because the cover is sick. Like that is such a sick cover, but I don't know if I'm in the mood for this one either. Like I have definitely been avoiding it because it is a brick of a book and it's kind of creepy looking. I feel like this one would be better in like Halloween time and like in the fall. So I think honestly the book that I've been avoiding the most, because those 2, like I just have like a specific mood that I want to be in for them. However, this one, like this is the mood I'm in all the time. I don't understand why I've been avoiding it and like why I haven't picked it up yet. It also is very summer and spring vibes. I think I'm gonna go with this one for a book that I have been avoiding because I just feel like I'm also gonna enjoy this one. Like I feel like I've been avoiding it and I have no idea why, but I feel like this is one that I will enjoy. So I'm gonna go with The Roughest Draft for a book I've been avoiding. And then let's go ahead and do our 5th and last prompt. I honestly want a fiction book on this list. I feel like I have 3 romances, which is kind of rare for me to get on my TBR. Like, I read a lot of romances, but for me to get them on my monthly TBR is kind of rare. So I'm really hoping that I get a fiction or another romance, to be honest, because I am in a very romance mood. So let's go ahead and do the 5th and last prompt. A blind pick. Okay, that's a little tricky because I have so many books, but they're all spread out on 3 shelves and I don't know like where my finger's gonna land because there's so many shelves. So I think I'm just gonna close my eyes. I'm gonna set a timer for 7 seconds and do the whole TBR cart, and wherever my finger lands is the book that I will pick for this one. So let's go ahead and start the 7-second timer and close my eyes. I'm nervous. I low-key have no idea what I grabbed. I landed on Beautiful World, Where Are You by Sally Rooney. I have really been wanting to read this book for a long time. I low-key have no idea what it's about, if I'm being honest, but I do love Sally Rooney's writing, so I'm definitely intrigued to see what this one is about. I really have no idea. The back says Ellis, a novelist, meets Felix, who works in a warehouse. Oh, wait. I think I did this for like my spring TBR. I think this is about like 2 female best friends. Is this about female friendship? Oh my gosh, if it is, I'm literally so excited. I mean, regardless, I'm excited, but I think this one's about like female friendship and they're like communicating via email because they're like not in the same place in life, or like just like they're not in the same place in general. Oh my gosh, I am so excited for this one, and I cannot believe that this is what I landed on for a blind pick. Like I said, I wanted a fiction, but this is like best case scenario in my opinion. So I am so excited for that. But that was the last pick, so real quick, let's go over the 5 books that I ended up pulling with my prompts. The first one I pulled was a second chance romance, and I ended up going with Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. And perfect start to dipping my toe into the summer spring reads. I really want to read this one by the pool ASAP. And then for the start of a series, we have Silver Elite by Danny Francis. Again, no idea what this one's about, although I do think it has a little bit of enemies to lovers in it, which I am always excited for. So that's what I ended up going with for start of a series. And then the next one was a book picked in 5 seconds. I ended up grabbing a novel love story by Ashley Poston. Honestly, just looks like such a cute book. I cannot wait to read this one. And then I pulled a book that I've been avoiding, and I ended up going with The Roughest Draft by Emily Wibberley. And again, I have no idea why I've been avoiding this one, but this one I also cannot wait to read by the pool. And then the last one was a blind pick, and I ended up grabbing Beautiful World, Where Are You by Sally Rooney, which I could not be more excited to read. So those are the 5 books that I ended up picking for my May TBR. I honestly haven't been this excited about a monthly TBR in so long. I feel like every single one of these books is right up my alley and like perfect for the mood that I'm in right now, and like going into May, I feel like I'm really gonna enjoy hopefully all of these. I hope I get to all of them. I feel like I'm in the mood for them, and like these are the books that I've been wanting to reach for. So I'm really excited to read these, and I feel like May is going to be a really good reading month. So these are the 5 books that I ended up getting for my May TBR. Let me know if you've read any of these and what your thoughts on them are. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more bookish videos, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!